And if you were not in a bubble, you don't quite understand it. You will never, ever understand how hard it was to win that championship, to be able to motivate yourself, to be this is literally out of your whole comfort zone.
No family, no friends.
Family. I didn't see my family for 8.5 weeks. And then it was just my wife. I didn't see my kids until I got out of the bubble, 96 days. Everything you're accustomed to, your own bed or your chef, your sleeping pattern, you're so accustomed to, for me, I'm a routine guy. And when my routine is like knocked off, it's like, I don't know, it's hard for me to center myself.
Back with us again. I mean, is Broussard, is he right? Is LeBron James right?
First of all, I got to give LeBron props. This was a clever, subtle way of saying, I'm the GOAT without saying I'm the GOAT, as he did 4 years ago. So I'll give him props for that. But no, he's not right. Look, and I get the bubble situation. I think it was really hard on LeBron. We know how much of a family man he is. He said he didn't see his kids till he got out of the bubble. That is rough. We know he's a man of routine, as he said on the podcast. That's broken in the bubble. I get it. But I can also point to things that would have made it easier. No travel, no distractions, no hostile crowds to deal with on the road. And as a 35-year-old with 16 to 17 years of experience or wear and tear, really, he got a 4-month break in the season before the playoffs started. So that helped his body. And then the opponent that they faced. I don't blame the Lakers for it, but they faced arguably the worst team to ever reach the NBA Finals, and that was before the Miami Heat lost 2 of their 3 best players, Goran Dragic, who missed 4 of the 6 finals games, and Bam Adebayo, who missed 2 of the 6 finals games. So there's no way this was the hardest finals to win, or one of them. Secondly, Golden State. If you want to say it's the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history, absolutely. If you want to say it's one of the most epic finals, absolutely. But I can't give you credit for being down 3-1. That Golden State team that won 73 games was not unbeatable, obviously, but they were down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City choked. That's the only reason Golden State even got to those finals. So that's being down 3-1 to that team, I can't give you credit for that, especially when if you look on paper, I got LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, and I got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. I kind of like this trio over here with LeBron, the best player in the world. So the talent was very close. You didn't need to be down 3-1. So it was a great comeback, but I can't say it was definitively the greatest finals win or hardest finals win in history.
I ask you, toughest or easiest?
Well, whenever I'm brought in to argue LeBron versus Skip, I always got to go with LeBron. So I'm going to say toughest just because of the bubble. Look, first of all, he had to work, and that's all the NBA players did, but you have 4 months off. At 35 years of age, yeah, you can say that gave him the rest he needed to play really well, but it also could have made an older player rusty. And so that is a factor. I do believe it was harder for LeBron at 35 to come back and be in a rhythm or get in a rhythm than for a 25-year-old or 27-year-old or 23-year-old on some of these other teams or even his own teammates. Then you're working out for 4 months with no light at the end of the tunnel. You don't know if you're coming back to play. You're hoping that you can finish the season, but you're not sure. So that's a mental challenge. We all know LeBron's a family guy. You're there. And again, I know all the players are like that, but it was different. It affects different people different ways. And I think LeBron wanting to be with his family, having to be away from them for 2 months, I think that's part of what he's talking about, how it was so tough. And he's been saying that from day one. And then, guys, we saw other players talk about it. Giannis saying, look, If there's an asterisk by this championship, it should be because it's the toughest, because this is a unique situation. We all saw what Paul George said and how it literally depressed him and took away from his game. And he had mental challenges because of it. So all of that, not to mention the social justice stuff. We know how important that is to LeBron. We know he's the face of social justice for not just the NBA, but really along with Colin Kaepernick, probably for all of sports. He's got his more than a vote. He's been giving, talking about this every few days, it seems. Then you had the boycott, and he's frustrated because there's no plan. So he has to come up with a plan, or he does come up with a plan to get the owners to open up the arena. So he's certainly not talking about basketball, and I'm sure that's where you go at him, Skip, because we can name 5 teams that he had to beat in his past that are better than Denver and Portland and this Miami team. But from an overall standpoint, that's what he was talking about. And I do think it was a challenge that was tough for him, and it'll be to his credit when he gets through it.
You told me like
I
spicy.
like spicy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is spicy.
Yeah, good.
It's good, what?
You get thick off this.
Oh, right. What happened in the bubble?
The bubble, which part?
Which part? Everything. You guys was 3-1 and then end up losing the series.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, I ain't gonna make no excuses on it. We just blew it.
Personally, what was the reason you didn't play well?
I mean, a lot of it was just weighing on me. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't sleeping.
Because of bubble, the situation, you're missing your family.
I don't know what it like.
It was tough. You felt like you was in jail, or because
I literally don't know. It was probably no lie. I probably went a good week and a half, 2 weeks of zero sleep, no lie. I would lay in bed and like my mind would just be racing.
racing. Man, it's hard.
And it was. I tried everything, bro. I tried using apps. I tried like therapy. I tried sleepy gummies.
So it's a lot of people from outside. They don't know this.
They don't know.
They don't understand. Like athlete, to perform well, you need to sleep good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are. Mm-hmm. You need to sleep good at night. Mm-hmm. So the fact you're saying you was not able to sleep, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you're saying this so people can understand. Some people, they may say, oh, it's excuses. No, it's not excuses.
Yeah.
If you ask any professional athlete, high level, sleep is one of the most important part of our game.
Yeah. Bro, like before I even was not playing, like I wasn't sleeping. So then when you put that on top of like having a bad game, then you're not sleeping. Then like it ain't nothing else to do there. Like so you're surrounded by basketball. There's no escape. There's no outlet. Like we're stuck in our rooms in a hotel. All we got is our phones. You get on social media. Oh, it's a meme here. It's a joke here. Like.
Yeah.
So you put all of that and you mix all of that on top of not sleeping, like, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. Like I was just lost, bro.
Terrence Mann said recently that if there wasn't a bubble, the Clippers would have won the chip that year. Do you believe that?
Oh God, stand on that.
Why do you think that?
What? Won't nobody beat us in 7, man. Won't nobody beat us in 7. Like we was locked in, bro. Like you gotta think, bro. We had to take off a month, almost 2 months, and not play. Where people was almost had to sit in the house, or we couldn't go in the gym. Like that. Like now you starting to ramp it back up, and now you just say we're gonna do a bubble. We're gonna, you feel me? Cut off the last little part of the season, really, or play these games as like a warm up game. Like you feel me? Like people now we gotta move. We like bro, come on, bro. Like after being sitting down for like a month, bro. Like come on, bro. Everybody don't got that same paycheck to keep these same trainers and stuff to be able to work out throughout the same, you feel me, that month time while we out. Like
is that really what it is, that once the season ended, majority of the team just really thought we wasn't coming back, and then they just wasn't in the gym. So when it cranked up another month, it was kind of like, God damn it, we kind of off, while everyone else was like, I think we coming back. So
I mean, honestly, I think so. Cause you gotta think, bro, like we was damn near like bonded for certain stuff. We couldn't, like, we was working with it as best we can with what they let happen. But once again, like everybody's not set up the same way, you feel me? So we still can't stay on that consistent workout based on how we were doing if we was constantly going in the gym, you feel me, getting that gym access, but we couldn't even really go in the gym, you feel me, at least not all at the same time or be in there with the culture, like, so now people got to train themselves to work out by themselves, bro, so like that's tough, you feel me. Then on top of that, even when we got in the bubble, people was talking about leaving it with all the violence and stuff that was going on, you feel me, so it messed up a lot of mental, bro, like, you feel me, and then
get a parade. How could you say, oh, it's the bubble championship? That was harder than anything else. There's no fans, no momentum. People who played in the bubble, they know how difficult it was to be sitting in a hotel room and night in and night out for 3 months away from your family, from your kids. My son, mom, had passed away. He couldn't even get into the bubble with me. He just lost his mom. And he's sad and he called me crying, Daddy, where are you? They don't understand what we were going through. It's a pandemic. People trying to figure out how they gonna eat. They was feeding us like frozen kid cuisine type foods. No guests, no nothing. Like the only motivation is let's really win. Crazy because when we had our little meal room, Denver was right across from us. So I was messing with Jokic every day. We still won it. Everybody went down there and played. And we still didn't get a parade.
Rode off in the car. I'm happy for them though. They did it.
Yeah, definitely.
People was talking about that bubble victory and saying that it wasn't. But you a guy that hoop, so you know that bubble victory might have been a harder championship.
That's the hardest one.
That's the toughest.
You think so?
Bro, that's the toughest picture. Everybody chilling. We've been chilling for 2 months thinking we done for the year. Everybody got time to get out of shape, and they had an older team.
Yeah, that's the toughest one.
Boy, they was.
You're the bubble guy. I've had so many different experiences, and I know a lot of guys really went through a lot in that bubble. And again, it was only one thing you could leave with, and that was the championship. And so nobody else had a positive experience besides the Lakers because they left with a ring, and it made it worthwhile. Other than that, everybody else left with a bunch of bad memories.
I wasn't involved. You
They
guys
thought
were?
we was crazy.
Man,
They thought I
listen.
was crazy.
Talk about the bubble.
That was the hardest championship to win, in my opinion. Just because you in there literally 15 deep, plus coaches, staff, whatever you need, like training staff. Other than that, it's you, your thoughts in one room.
Try to discredit that bubble championship. I feel like a lot of that has to do with LeBron hate, but Lakers hate. It's kind of this perfect storm of generational things to hate on. But when you look back, what were your experiences like in the bubble? And you won 3 chips. How does that ring compare to the other 2 in terms of difficulty?
I always tell everybody it was the hardest one. Yes. It was the hardest one by far.
You hear that, people?
By far.
You hear that, Jordan fans?